Hi, it's Tuesday, the 19th of February. It's a rainy day at the moment. It's been very hot and now it's just stormed a bit. Can't hear any thunder at the moment, but it has been billowing. Um, so I finished Monologue 3. That's right. I finished Monologue 3, which is the third of 18 monologues to finish. And it feels good. I haven't read back over the whole of the monologue yet, but the balance of what I've got in there, I think it's all right. I think it's good. It's all going to, as I've been saying, particularly as I've been saying in this chair, it's all going to come down to editing, and it's got to um, be one of the things that I can say that's new instead of just repeating some of the cliches of the previous videos is I need to edit it by saying it out loud as the monologues that they are. And I feel that was something that I was particularly doing well in the first monologue and the second as well. And with this one, as I've been repurposing text and such, I haven't been doing it as well. So I do need to get back into that for the writing, but particularly for the editing. It's not such a crime if I get the content and the words down and the order of operations without necessarily saying it out loud and getting it all pitch perfect. But um, that's what I'm going to need to do when I edit, and it's going to help create the right sentence lengths and help to generate the right aesthetic for keeping it in tow with what the start of the novel was generating. I've noticed that I've gone less experimental in parts. I've sort of gone for shorter, clipped sentences, which was not the style at the start. The start had a lot of variants of super long, flowing sentences and some shorter ones. And I just need to make sure that I'm not losing the sort of interesting prose that I was generating at the start, even though I think the ideas have kept up. I think there are much better ways of saying some of the things that I've said in Monologue 3, but I'm looking forward to getting back into it and editing it at the end. I certainly won't do it until all 18 are finished. I think when I come to edit, it will just be a really nice opportunity to talk out loud, say the words, put them together in the way that responds well to that monologue style that I'm going for. So even so much of what I was just rereading part of what I had just written then for Monologue 3, I could picture saying it out loud, recording it for a podcast or an audiobook of some sort, and or just a live, more than any of those, like a live presentation version, and liking it and thinking how it does that. The heart of what all of this was at its inception was to be able to give a speech that was really interesting, to be able to give a monologue that blended fiction, non-fiction, had incredible ideas firing at all cylinders, really lovely prose in the way it was said, but of a monologue style rather than just it looks nice on the page but doesn't work out of the mouth style. And so I think that's what I need to go back to when I'm editing, is making sure that it retains exactly that. I'm really happy with the pace that I'm on with. The fact that I'm up to monologue 18, 4, it's the end of February, we're getting close to it. If I can finish this monologue by the start of March, I mean, it's all to my. I'm not really in tune with what I was thinking at the time, and I'm not really tracking how long these are taking, but I think they're all pretty much on pace. I mean, I can't think of how I could be writing any faster. I'm writing consistently two components, sometimes three components a day, um, which is my maximum speed that I was ever going to achieve. I was hoping to do one, but there's been very few mornings where I've just been able to achieve one. So it must all be going fine. It must all be going well. I'm looking forward to getting into Monologue 4 tomorrow, which goes back to the content trajectory of Monologue 1. It will be a planning morning tomorrow where I sit down and map out the components that are going to make up this monologue, and I'm excited because I don't really know where it's all going to go, which is the way it needs to be. And it's going to be good to get my head back into that sort of space again to think about how it is that it's different to what I've just done with the beach surgery narrative of Monologue 3, so I can remind myself of what it is. And because I have a feeling, I mean, I know that Monologue 1 so well set the tone for what the rest of the book is going to be, that I just want to recapture some of that and compare it with what I've just done. So when it comes time to edit later, I've got more of an idea of, what the central aesthetic feels like. I think that's about it. I will be back tomorrow morning after having planned Monologue 4 and maybe written a component. We'll see how we go. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you next time.